when she got famous. Now she's 14.
Was she a rapper? I thought she was just like a internet troll.
So that's what everyone keeps saying, so that's why I said it. But like,
I don't know.
Maybe she's made a song or two.
Song?
Honestly, the main thing I think of when I think of Lil Tay, her like flexing wealth and also faking an accent, one could say. But also she was so young that you couldn't really blame her. You're wondering more like, where's your mom? Like that's more where my head was at when she was famous.
Here is a Lil Tay flexing montage. So keep in mind, this is 5 years ago. So this is when she was 9 years old.
You already know what it is. Lil Tay, the youngest flex of the century.
It seems more like a parody of what like modern
doesn't have 4 houses.
day rap artists are
I
like.
don't know if it's just because I know that now.
And I mean, it kind of is true. Modern day rap artists, obviously not
single roll of toilet paper or nothing. I mean,
like Snoop Dogg, but there are like very small label trap artists who are giving like millions of dollars.
Yeah, who would believe that?
Or if it was just like an ongoing kind of joke that everyone was in on.
I believed it.
Of course, Jessie.
Put in their videos or drive around and make it look like they're rich, but in reality they're not, and they have to give all this stuff back at the end of their day or at the end of their contract. This becomes money they owe back
without even telling them. And then there was like,
wait, wasn't it? It was either that or like the mom was into like some sort of real estate or something too, and had like I'm telling you because that kitchen looks bare, and I'm like that was like a showing or something.
She Instagrammed her boss's car without permission.
What a dumb bee.
Yeah, so
not Lil Tay, her mom. So she was a Vancouver real estate.
Apparently she's resigning after she used her boss's Mercedes 500 SL in one of the girls' Instagram videos without his permission.
How the f did you think that was gonna go? How the f like what did you think? There are multiple elements to this, and one person commented one time, and it stuck with me in my memory, where they're like, Ned was the my wife guy, and Jessie's the like, I have kids.
She
like,
does. Anytime she talks about anything, she definitely refers back to the mentality of having kids.
About family.
But tell us about your kids.
I have kids, and they're not her age. But the thing is like my mind jumps to that because I'm like, okay, she's 9 years old. She's joking about smoking dope. She's cussing, which I don't really give a f about cussing. Like, I don't care if kids cuss, and I think that like if they know a time and place, who gives a shit, just a word. But she's particularly like concerning for like from a parent's perspective. I'm like, okay. Then I noticed like her hair's bleached, which yes, she's 9 and she could bleach her hair if she wants to.
9 is really young.
There's too many grown-up things. There's too many grown-up things happening. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You're saying you're smoking dope. You're in these cars. You're pretending you could even drive them. Because
I really don't understand how the parents are
like,
in on all of this.
All y'all broke ass haters, y'all ain't doing it like Lil Tay. 100,000. I'm only 9 years old. I ain't got no.
And it's wild to think that she went so in on these videos. I mean, we know she practiced beforehand, but
another one, and I don't think it's obviously not that video, but she like kicks the car or something. And I just remember I found that I watched it after it was confirmed that they aren't hers, and she like kicks the car, and I'm like, oh
not
my
the
God.
crime being caught on camera. Like this is so
It's
reckless.
like 20 grand.
I think the car dent was already there.
Bitch! Get your money up before you start hating on me, bitch! Lil Tay rich and finna get richer!
See a 9-year-old, because I think nowadays maybe being internet famous is definitely a goal for like a lot of kids, unfortunately. But you know,
seems like another Miranda Sings moment where the parents may have been making fun of what artists seem to be like, and the little brother is kind of jumping in on it, or older brother.
I vaguely remember something about the brother being involved. He was the one like giving her the like verbiage, helping develop the Lil Tay rapper persona. So
yeah, I can see how a 16-year-old boy has no conscience behind what he's telling his little to do.
He's currently 21, but
so he's young too.
At the time, yeah, he was only 16. 5 years of radio silence on Lil Tay's Instagram account. There's a static post that gets posted that is not signed by anyone. It is with a heavy heart that we share the devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. Apparently, her real name is Claire Hope. We have no,
that's not her name. Really? Yeah, that's not her name. They refer to her as Claire Hope, but her real name is something else.
What?
Tay Tian. Yep, that's her name.
This is so Weird.
I know. No, it's ridiculous.
Okay, well, so that's even stranger. I don't know where the hell Claire came from, but her dad's name apparently is Chris Hope, but her mom's last name is Tien. Unbearable loss and indescribable pain. We don't know who we is, though.
No, nobody knows.
Was what struck me as so weird when I was reading this. Her brother's passing, which this is the first anyone has learned of that, allegedly. Her brother's passing adds an even more unimaginable depth to our grief, as the circumstances surrounding Claire and her brother's passing are still under investigation, her absence leaving an indescribable void that will be felt by all who knew and loved her.
It sounds like something that just got dropped on someone's lap and they said, oh, good, we need some clout today.
Which now I'm noticing is so strange how many times they say it. It's that it mentions that the brother died and then says that their deaths are under investigation. Years ago, the brother actually had made a weird Instagram post on Lil Tay's account saying it basically accused the dad of abusing her. And then it linked
if this 16-year-old boy has access to her accounts and she doesn't, and he can easily make these stories up to get money from people, and I'm sure this is the first time he's ever made it public. I can see him like just randomly choosing people to DM and being like, oh my gosh, I need your help. Like, I don't know who to contact and I chose you.
All that shit. But that she was forced to because she's in a very abusive situation and that she was still currently in that abusive situation and he was trying to get her. Then that was deleted.
Yeah.
And then now that's why when you go on her Instagram, there's like nothing from years.
And then it's also weird because I guess the GoFundMe made something like 17 grand.
Oh,
then
wow. I didn't know that.
After like a week, there was just like no update, except the reason you won't be able to search any like court things or anything is because it's a Supreme Court case.
And that sounds like something a 16-year-old boy would come up with when he realizes people aren't forgetting that they took $17,000 out of pocket.
Out of that situation. She's 9. It's not like she's gonna get emancipated. Like,
I don't know. Obviously, nobody knows exactly what's going on in her life, but I think it's clear to.
And I genuinely think she has zero access to these accounts.
Is abusing someone there. Like, she was not behind the like she just wasn't the master.
Okay, guys, I did find the clip of the brother feeding her lines, and there's no doubt in my mind that he was responsible for developing the entire persona.
Oh my god, I need to see this.
So let's
I can't imagine why any hackers would suddenly feel the need to check in and hack these people.
So it's on a green screen, and you'll notice that there's stuff that pops up behind. Those are like the hackers' usernames or something. So ignore those. Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Bro, wait. Go back and say like, no, you are out here like with your irrelevant ass.
Like, bitch, I'm way more irrelevant than you. You're trying to be relevant and you're trying to be like
Me.
Mommy, stop! I was filming!
You're gonna be like more ignorant. You have to be like
more ignorant?
Ooh, Lil Tay. What did he say again?
You still irrelevant like I said last time. What do I say?
How sad is this? He's directing the entire thing.
So there's multiple things about this. I think that absolutely
it's odd that the amount of people researching this haven't come across any real information on her background.
Get ready for that.
But what I have to
and
say
I mean,
is, like,
she's a child, so it makes sense that this information wouldn't really be made public.
Online.
Exactly. She's like, Mom, I'm filming.
Yeah,
like,
and the mom's like, here, use my boss's Mercedes.
The only one we don't have any proof of them being like somehow involved is the dad, which is so weird because that's who the brother accuses of being the
interesting.
abuser.
Okay. I believed that. I mean, I believe everything, but I believed that post for at least, I think, a little over 24 hours.
Article that said Lil Tay's alleged former manager questions the validity of the death announcement. So even before it came out that it wasn't true, people were like, this is weird, something's going on. And apparently she had a former manager. But so also, if their deaths were under
if anything, this goes out to show how easy fake news gets across as real news.
And you would think it would be weird that they would bring up an investigation about their deaths if they had also been accused of abusing her like the wording that was used in the statement, because that would automatically direct attention to the family.
And I'm
Or, like,
sure she
where
is fine.
No,
She just
honestly,
has no
the thing is
access
that, I mean, do we
to
wanna read
her
what she said to
Instagram
TMZ? Because
accounts.
She says that her profile was hacked.
Yeah, well, that's what we get to eventually, is that it wasn't the family, supposedly, but
Yeah, but I could see how someone who's hacking the page would use the "are we" verbiage, because it's very vague, and also you don't really have to say who's writing it.
I think it less weird.
And yeah, I
about
don't
that. mean,
think
that
she
is weird
actually
because
has access.
we don't know who it is.
But
I
it
was
is
talking
weird
about
that
the
her parents
bringing
are
up
holding off. The only reason
implying that,
anybody
like,
would
it
do
was
that is
or something.
if it was a
That's
part
my
of a
thought.
marketing
Okay, so literally
scheme.
our text to each other. I literally was like, I think the
Yeah, no,
Jesus. I was like, I think the parents freaking killed her. Like,
thread from a journalist that works at BBC, and he said that he spent like 12 hours straight trying to get any kind of confirmation that this was legit, and he couldn't, and they never ran the story because they didn't have confirmation. Meanwhile, billboards posted it, like every outlet was like, she's dead.
yeah, it's crazy.
I was like, you're literally basing that off an Instagram post and that's it? If the family was posting it, why would they say that? Because it would draw more attention to the fact that it was like an unnatural, her entire persona is fake, and she hasn't posted for years.
Right.
What if someone was like, we need to get this going again, gonna just be glossed over, and like it's gonna get her trending? But do you want to know what I heard from Moist Critical?
I do.
I was watching his video on it, and he said that a lot of people are thinking that it has something to do with apparently a crypto coin called LIL TAY coin.
No, you're lying.
And it has some kind of affiliation with her. The theory is that they did this to basically get it trending. So like people are searching LIL TAY, and then this is just Moist Critical's telling of it, that maybe people would then buy it as like a tribute.
I'm not sure that they
is,
were
like, the
specifically
dedication
going for buying
But-
it as a tribute. That sounds too
That's a whole
dark.
other-
Yeah, that is
I think
because
it's
I
more
find it
of a
interesting
just
that she
like
would even be
rising up
involved
the
in
hype period,
cryptocurrency
not
because she's been off of the internet for so long. Like, why get involved in? Listen, anybody on the internet has 20 emails right now in their inbox.
See, like, what if they got presented that opportunity and the parents were like, oh, that's good, but
Yeah.
she doesn't want to do it. I don't know if it was like another way to like.
But I think
make
there
money off.
are
maybe she's
other
grown up
ways
now
to
and she wants
rise
do
that
same
type
little
of
kid kind
hype.
persona. We can do something else.
I don't know how you arrive at this decision.
The problem with being a troll on the internet is that people really can believe that you'll do anything. So who's to say they're not making her do this right now? She's still underage. She's still a minor.
That doesn't sound like the parents are potentially great people either. But also the dad has very much like adamantly denied any kind of abuse. And then also people have like questioned the brother's intentions, saying like, did he make the GoFundMe really to help her?
She tells TMZ. So like, what the fuck is that sentence? Classic TMZ, not making any sense. But like, what does that mean?
Wait,
so it's her writing the statement, I'm assuming, and the family gave it to TMZ, which like, ew.
But how do you know that she wrote it?
You don't. I want to make it clear that my brother and I are safe and alive, but I'm completely heartbroken and struggling to even find the right words to say. She also says, my Instagram account was compromised by a third party and used to spread jarring misinformation.
I'm
and
not
rumors
sure if
regarding
someone
me,
is
to the point
like
that even my name was wrong. My legal name is
standing
Fatia,
over her while she's
not
writing
Claire
this,
Hope.
and she's
Does that
just
sound
like, how do you
14-year-old
say
to
this? How do you say that?
Does that sound like the verbiage of a 14-year-old to you? Because jarring misinformation.
No. I don't want to get my tinfoil hat on, but this sounds a lot like the verbiage in
It's
the
definitely
Like,
super
it's giving
manipulated.
Giving PR statement.
She thanks Meta for helping to get her Instagram account back, and the phony death statement has been removed. And then TMZ says, what's still unclear is why it took Tay 24 hours to get word out she's alive, especially because she says she was aware her account was hacked and was getting phone calls about her death.
Yeah, and I feel like the only thing
So.
you could argue there, she'd be like, oh,
And
liking
again,
access
why
to
are we
Instagram. But,
pretending
you
like
could've
this
told him.
child has
So
access?
that's basically
Period.
it. I have to say, no matter if this is a hoax or who did the hoax or whatever the fuck it is, there is no doubt that something weird is happening. I don't like any of it.
And
Like, it's
now-
gross.
So apparently she's 15? I thought she was 14. Not much of a difference.
I think if her older brother had her doing these videos, he had to had seen it done somewhere else, you know? Like, I can't imagine this kid who kind of looks like he has nothing going for him. Not saying he does or he doesn't, just saying he has that, like, overall aspect persona of just, like, I don't care about life, or, you know, like, having kids. He just, whatever.
I don't know, man. I'm really confused. He only answered the Daily Beast's call in hopes that they would have some information for him. Then Cunningham even left a comment on the Instagram announcement telling Tay's mom to call me, please. I'm on my way to the house. And in this Daily Beast article, it says her name is Claire Hope.
What?
And it goes on to say later that her full name is Claire.
And it's kind of weird that they would be giving out her full name. Like, again, she's a child.
What the
And also, even like I just said, that there are other articles saying she's 15, and I know 14, 15 is not a big difference, but it's very strange that these outlets are all reporting different ages.
I think
She might as well be little Michaela. Like, is she even real? I'm kidding, but
is not known at all.
that was
Like, it's
sarcasm.
so vague, so obscure. Nobody can get to the bottom of it. Not even people in her real life. Like, what the is happening?
Well, yeah. So then it says that we knew they reached out to both the Vancouver police and I guess, I don't know, police in the United States too. But, and the police denied having any information about any of it. And then back to the crypto thing that I mentioned earlier and said that there was some kind of like tie into someone involved with her. Apparently it's her former manager. His name's Harry Sang. And he said in a cryptic statement that he couldn't confirm or deny.
Sorry, but if you're gonna
like, that's
say
so
anything,
weird.
why
In a
bother
cryptic
saying you
statement,
can't
he couldn't
confirm or deny it?
her or her brother's death. And then it has a quote from him. It says, I have been in communication with individuals who have intimate understanding of the family's situation, Sang told the Daily Beast. Given the complexities of the current circumstances, I am at a point where I cannot definitively confirm or dismiss the legitimacy of the statement issued by the family.